This is fantastic. This is all right. Welcome to the world of madness that is Milwaukee by night. There's a big theme of insanity going on, so these camera layouts, enjoy that. That's part of the show. That's not an accident at all. Um, so you hop in the
Mhm.
Lincoln with Salvatore. You sure you don't want to hop in the Lincoln?
Well, you said Chicago, and Sal Hale's from Chicago. Would he have recognized the car and or the woman from looking outside or seeing her? Is she
I
a
you didn't see. I don't think Sal was
okay?
paying too much attention to like looking through the window per se. So this is going to be a wits awareness to see
Yeah,
if Sal glimpsed through the window at who was standing there. You don't care about the stretch limo thing. There's those exist everywhere, right?
yeah.
Um,
I mean, if Sal takes note,
so this
so
is
three successes.
you certainly see the limo. Like that's pretty fanciful.
Yeah, yeah. Sal would probably drop the drinks at the table and then end up at least heading to the sidewalk or the door
All
to
right,
see.
so heading to the sidewalk or the door, how into the politics of Chicago was Sal? I know Sal had like a unique perspective, being Hakata.
Yeah.
If you know the politics, you know her. If you don't, you don't.
I think Salvatore
Like
Sire
you.
would have been dialed in, but he probably would not have.
Okay. In which case, this would be like an intelligence. Uh, what is it? Not politics. Etiquette.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Yeah, let's go with intelligence etiquette because etiquette doesn't get used too often.
2 dice. One was successful.
She seems important, and she's got this like the best limo you've ever seen. And you
Sal
see
will
your party, you see your tentative coterie getting in with her.
Sal will try to catch up, not looking all that interested, but not wanting to miss out on this clear opportunity.
What is Salvatore's sire's name?
It is Carlo Putanesca.
You come in, and she has Abigail has Ms. Winters has just closed the door behind the like the sort of the three that were here already. She looks back. Oh, you're Carlo's boy. Uh, you're Carlo's boy, she says, and she puts like the hand up.
He'll kiss the hand or the ring if there's a ring. He's
Yeah, it's just
familiar
like the
with that.
like Abigail Winters. Pleasure to
Lovely to
meet you.
meet you.
And your name was? I know I recognize you, but
Salvatore.
Salvatore. She notices the bloodstains. We gotta get you cleaned up, darling.
Hmm.
Please, please. And she actually like the hand. She actually like picks your hand up and guides you towards the limo. So
Lovely. Very nice.
um, Salvatore sits on the sort of like inner flank with Abigail on that like exterior, and she does like a good window seat, so she properly crosses her legs, um, uh, closes the door, and you're inside like the closed. It's an SUV style, so it's practically a room unto itself. It's got like the 360 seating, so if you want to like filter out and do whatever. But Salvatore currently sits next to her on like the sort of like the rearest benchest seat, and then you have this like sort of like U shape place to seat inside, um, and she's actually like has a like a flute of champagne already for herself. As she gets in and she plucks it from like the oh, pardon me, darling, and she reaches across you and plucks it from the other door. Um, if you wish, you can help yourselves to refreshments. You'll find they're quite warm. And she sort of gestures like to the like seats like to the spots under your leggings, and if you open them up, there are um, uh, they will operate for drinking blood if you wish, even if you're not a bagger.
Cass will take one and sniff at it.
Smells fresh. They're essentially little like Heineken cans or like Heineken bottles, but they're like warmed and shit. They got little like lights on the inside of them that keeps the blood functioning. Modern technology, darling. It's a wonderful thing. Yeah, all of you up here in Milwaukee seem a little behind the times. She sips her flute of champagne. You seem speechless. I know. You're not used to royalty. It's all right. Look. There's no delicate way of saying this, but what do you think about Prince Decker? She regards the party. How is he doing? I need an outsider's perspective here, darling. I'm not here to waste time. Paladin.
I don't care for him.
You don't care for him?
No.
Paladin has been not out of the loop, so to say. But he is hesitant to help the situation, but it seems to have escalated. I'm here to assess whether or not that is in our best interests. And by our, I mean the Camarillas as a whole. When you say you don't care for Decker, I'm going to need a little bit more, darling. You. She reaches across and like snaps in front of Pix's face. You. What do you think of Decker? Yes, you're but a babe. You would have an interesting perspective.
Oh, gosh, me? I don't know. He's like any other guy, I guess. Pix will just, shrug. Like, she's starting to come down on the hangover, the withdrawal, and it's just...
He is single-minded and does not see other enemies at his door.
Yeah, what he said.
And you're their only Malkavian, yes?
Seem to be.
How unfortunate. For all involved. She leans away. Tell me, what whispers do you hear? And she just... you're not sure if she's, like, placating you, making fun of you, or what. Like, her tone is just hard to discern.
I don't like her. Your royalty are all the same. The tighter you try to grip things, the more it slips through your fingers. Cass will just sort of say, like looking out the window.
Useful as always from Malkavian. She looks at Ben and just, like, expects him to laugh at the joke. Or, sorry, them.
Like deadpan.
Well, this has been useful. I think, look, if there's anything, she snaps. The window, like, rolls down. There's a literal pigeon in a cage. If there's anything you can think of, or perhaps you just wish to reach out as a, what does Decker call them? A servant. Send a bird. That is their
What do
way
you want
now,
in
after
return?
all. This one, she says. Care not to eat it. She looks at the Nosferatu.
No, ma'am, not my kind of thing. And I'm good for tonight. And she'll just tap the top of the medical box. Although I do appreciate the offer, but yeah, keep in call. Pigeon phone.
Fantastic. All right, look. I'll let you out wherever you wish. My driver will anyway. I have much to consider. She snaps again. It pulls over. She steps out. Let's get to know this city, she says, looking around. And she like pulls her coat up around herself, and she's, my driver will take you where you wish. Have a good evening.
Pix is just gonna shoot her some finger guns.
Have a good evening, darling, and I do hope he's worth it.
Oh gosh, bro. Pix is just gonna mutter, yeah, he is. I think, like, as like she's starting to nod off again, Pix is gonna like kind of shake Cass's shoulder, be like, "Can you ask the driver to take me back to my place? I'm really tired."
Sure thing, little bat.
Mhm.
And
Salvatore.
Cass will do so.
The party will note as Abigail walks down the like sort of like row of streets on like Water Street, which is like the bar hub of Milwaukee. This is like when the Minnesota Twins and Chicago Bulls and like all the big things come to town. They all go drinking down Water Street. All the lights flicker and like pop as she walks down the street. So that was kind of like the thing I wanted to have happen was Abigail Winters shows up.
Ooh.
So that's done. And yeah, we can do Akawa next week if you wish, because I see we're at 11:30, which is late for some folks. If you got a minute, we can do it tonight. Otherwise,
Yeah, I mean, I'm good for Akawa if you are.
I've got I have insomnia superpowers.
Hell yeah. I personally am gonna hop off for the night, but oh my gosh, what a game!
Yeah, a little bit of a sandbox adventure tonight, but there was so many cool there was so much good character development. And this is the thing
There
that like
was.
in other stories, story types where like when you're learning how to like write a script or a movie or a novel, they tell you to like cut that shit because it doesn't serve the scene and it doesn't serve the if it doesn't move the plot forward, then it's useless. And I'm like, no, character development is never useless. That's why RPGs are great.
Yes, we have to have all the character scenes.
Yeah, just character scenes indulging right, because you can just character is plot. Get at me, college professor who disagreed with me.
But anywho, y'all have a lovely night. Please don't get too
too.
much into tree necromancy. I'm begging you.
This is where like I would almost take the stream down, record this in its own block, and then
Put it up later.
have it be
Yeah.
bonus content or something where
Oh,
folks have no
yes.
idea what happens with like the tree
You
necromancy.
know what? Let's do the tree chromancy.
We'll do the tree chromancy off stream,
Separate
but let's do
off stream.
Akawa on stream.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because Akawa's got I think he's got some pretty good reveals to deliver for the audience as well. We'll do tree necromancy off stream, but I'm going to record it so that I can like patch it into an episode later or something like that.
Perfect.
Oh, hell yes. And like Pix, I stumble off into the night. Fare thee well, my beloved coterie and kindred.
Have a good night, Abby.
You too, and thank you for the amazing story, Andrew.
I'm working on it. It's the highlight of my week actually, and I'm in my element again, telling stories. Y'all have helped me way more than you know.
Shucks.
If I'm telling a story that I care about with people I like, and that's like the best thing ever. So, take care, Abby. Good night.
Night.
I'm also gonna roll, so
All right, peace.
y'all have fun.
Yep.
Good night, Sam.
Easy.
All right. So you're dropped off at the address Akawa left you on the piece of paper.
Yeah, actually, Sal wouldn't take the car quite intentionally because
Okay.
as a good neutral party, he doesn't want to reveal where anything is to Chicago with Milwaukee. It's best to keep business separate.
Mm-hmm. Well done. Yeah. Good. Good. Do you go for like full on misdirect mode or just drop me off at the next corner? Fuck you.
Salvatore would just kind of probably get out on the way somewhere to Pixie's destination or wherever.
What does Ben do?
I do the same.
Just get out on the destination or get out with Salvatore.
Then we go with so.
All right. All right. That happens. Are you going to follow Sal to meet Akawa, or Sal? Are you okay with
Yeah,
that?
I'm gonna just go.
Yeah, I mean, Salvatore would be comfortable letting Ben know, that I spoke with him last night after we met with Decker, and he gave me an address to learn more about the Wraith at the Rave, hopefully, or at least a lead on that.
All right. The address takes you to a new development apartment, which is it maybe feels a little bit off. Maybe feels a little bit in contrast to like what you know about Akawa. I don't know. But it's like a new development, so like it's new construction. There's like scaffolding. There's streets are like fenced off, and like there's safety cones everywhere, and so on and so forth. So you see this like a new sort of like apartment or condos type thing. And as you like head into it, there's really only one route you can ever take that's not blocked off, just with how the construction is like unfolding. There's all these rooms that are like plasticed off. There's the prohibitive things, like they're just working segments at a time. But there happens to be a segment of scaffolding and stairs that are currently laid where you can sort of head up into sort of like a middle section of this address you were given.
Okay.
And
Yeah, continue on.
Yeah. Do you take any precautions? Any implements? Are you gun in hand? Anything like? Are you stealthing? Anything like that?
Salvatore believes this is likely on the up and up, and wants to also still show that, I guess deference would be the right word. So he, walks with purpose. It's not like he's going la da da. I'm not paying attention to anything, but taking it in.
Yeah, this is a meeting, right? This is business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ben,
I'll have it on me with the switchblade.
do you want to be sneaky to Akawa?
No, I'm gonna be walking up with him just
Okay.
like normal.
So y'all walk with purpose up these stairs and stuff, and you sort of land on the this like unfinished office building, condos, whatever's going on here. You can actually see the 5-serve forum like kitty corner off to the side of this new development, and there's no windows and stuff filled in yet. It's just the bones here with the plasticking and stuff up, almost like a hazmat thing. And Akawa is standing there looking out over the city. Back to you. This is not a person worried about getting attacked. This is somebody in their classic duster because they're like a 1980s badass. Like just sort of standing there looking and vibing. You notice a pair of headphones on, like the old foamies from the 80s. Like a Sony Walkman or something in the pocket or something. Just like looking out. Y'all come up and takes them off, and like an audible click as Akawa turns it off. You didn't come alone. I suppose that's all right.
Mutual interest.
Ben, was it? Nice to meet you. So, you had some questions, peculiar ones. And, I don't know about you, but I'm willing to find out.
I'm an open book.
Me too. Let me tell you chapter 1. Don't fuck with my city. When I say my city, I don't mean some fiefdom claim or princedom or whatever you've got going on in that. Whatever. Don't fuck with Milwaukee. Chapter 1. Chapter 2. We can see.
I would ask a few questions about that direction. Your city seems to have a bit of an infestation. Pentax.
Something that concerns me. He kicks a little, sign, from the construction across the floor, and glares at it. And it's got Pentax or construction, wear your hard hats, and you can see the Pentax logo at the bottom. One of their new developments, and you can almost hear the, scorn. This city lives, it breathes. It's got soul that nobody can ever comprehend. All that have lived and died here, still here. Do you know why?
I've seen many of the dead, but I do not know why they linger.
Because it's special. You don't ruin something like that. They're here to ruin that. Decker won't listen to me. Not anymore. That's something else. You're here for something else.
The Wraith at the Rave.
I need you to clarify. Because there have been many who have seen a specter. Something particularly macabre in this city. Uniform. We call them the White of Milwaukee. I don't think what you're talking about is that, but...
I haven't seen that specifically. This felt like it was a part of the Rave, like it knew what was coming there, but it was not the walls, it was not the bright lights, it was darkness.
No. When I warned you about the Rave, I told you it was unsafe. It's lost its harmony. It used to be a place where all the voices came together. It's not anymore.
Discordant. It interferes with the harmony.
It's out of tune. I know how that sounds. It's not... Look, I'm not some spirit guide pop culture bullshit. That's not what this is about. I love this place. Everything about it. The good and the bad. Because it's home. The Rave used to be a strange, horrible, weird place. But it was in harmony. None of it made sense, but it all made sense. And it stopped. It stopped when the last prince died. It stopped when the Anarchs lost. It stopped playing its music. The Bahari, they settled in. The Church of Isis took an interest. But it felt like others stopped caring. I've been so busy fighting. It was hard to care too. So when I warned you, it was about the disharmony, about the lack of soul. When I warned you, it was about I don't know. I don't know at all. But what you described, it unsettled me too. I needed a night to think. What you described, I needed some time to it is some call it the invader or the intruder. Those all seem like shitty pop culture shit to me. I know it's a talon of the worm. There are 5 known. Makes sense. Logical. 5 fingers, 5 talons. But Milwaukee is different. There might be a 6th. I think you met that 6th thing. Now, I don't know how much you buy into the myth of Cain. Personally, I don't. I wasn't. I was here before your accounts of history. But I know there's more than what I know. And I know what the city says and what her people says. they say we're tainted, kindred. We are. We carry the stink of the worm, but I remember a time when we worked with the Lupine. Spirit runners, we called them. What a horrible name. Because alcohol spirits. We worked with them to protect Milwaukee. Did you know that? Our war? We used to work with werewolves to protect her.
Before Decker.
Long before. This wasn't Decker. Before his progenitor. In the time of bad blood between Chicago and the world and us. Of course, I was here before all that, too. I just know I protect this. And I see things converging here that should never meet each other. And I don't know what to do anymore. I'm a fighter, you see. I fight to protect who I love and what I love. And I'm running out of both. And all I've got left is the city. So your darkness, the sixth talon, I'll look more into it, but that's what I've got. Akawa looks at both of you, expecting a follow-up, expecting something.
You said there may be another talent here as well.
Depends on if you believe Anatoly or not. Anatole. He visited here a decade or two ago. It blurs together. Voice of Khaldun? Gudala? I don't know.
Sal would kind of look to Ben. I mean, he knows that
Now, Ben
is-
should know this
is
shit. It's
studying
like
the
it's
research.
like I accidentally fucked up a word or a name that Ben might be able to interject on. Specifically.
I could, but I was going to wait to interject and give Sal that information after we're not
Okay.
here.
Gotcha.
Because there's also been a couple other interesting observations about name drops of
Mm-hmm.
that we've actually seen in game.
Okay,
So,
so
I'm not metagaming
so
it.
there's like 5 talents of the worm, but also one of them is conflated with another one that's like a super old awesome vampire, but also a sweet Bali demon. Sorry, I'm just putting it in there. If you want to know, there's like 2 of them dealing with some shit. Well, I don't know what you want to include here. If you believe
Well, and also too, real quick, at a game, we've also heard the Cult of Itis now name dropped
Yeah.
when it comes to the Rave. We've also seen their stuff in the park.
Yeah,
They
I mean,
popped up a bunch.
Salvatore has definitely put that on the list of perhaps.
We also have the
Red's
voice
the
of Kapala.
Yeah.
way to correct the thing I said wrong twice.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a couple things that I was going to talk to Sal afterwards.
Yeah.
So the voice of Kapala, because Kapala is supposed to also be like a a pretty big deal. Could be linked to the worm. Like, could it be one of the most powerful Earthbound demons or whatever? Who knows? Whatever. Like, he's a whole mountain range demon. And what if, like, instead of in a mountain range, he was in like some like Great Lake network instead? I don't know. It could be some shit.
Yeah.
Salvatore just
All is a
has
bit of
this
a mover shaker.
constant sensation of.
But
Being out of his pay grade.
Anatole was here, and like he's supposed to be the voice of, whatever. He's the last one to hear them talk. I don't know. Yeah, whatever. I wouldn't totally put that in the prologue on purpose or anything. No. But also, they could be one of the, because there's supposed to be 5 talons, and there's like some wiggly rooms on which of the talons are what, and there's some blurring of them. But then if there's a 6th talon, which is what you just learned about, I know my city, but I don't know everything. Nobody can. You're not gonna like who you're gonna have to talk to about this talent business.
Oh, who would that be?
We've got a particular Lupine problem in the city, if you haven't noticed. But one of them's an outcast, a former Black Spiral dancer, or as former as you can be, named Isadora.
Isa.
She was once one of those spirit runners I mentioned. When the Kindred and the Lupine worked together to protect Milwaukee. Apparently, whatever happened back then, I missed because I was too busy fighting other battles. She has an opinion on, and if anybody knows anything about the talons of the worm, it's a Black Spiral dancer. Former one or not. I don't know if I buy the outcast bit.
This Isadora flies under Decker's radar.
She's the biggest thorn in his side. If I met her, I'd have to kill her myself.
Sometimes some of us have to live in the gray areas between.
Sometimes. He just like gives you a knowing look. Which is why I said this could be interesting. Because one day I might have to kill you too. But for now, the other person you might consult about this, they're new. But they've given Decker pause. They call themselves the Gardener. They seem to walk between the parks of this city. They favor the community gardens around North Avenue. Only come out at night. We're not certain what to make of them on the Anubi. They seem to be passive enough. They haven't disturbed the masquerade. They tend their garden. And we're in the reconnaissance phase. It might be a decent way to earn favor with Decker if you find out more than we've been able to. You're in an interesting but precarious situation as outsiders. Recent citizens. You're new, for lack of a better term, pawns on the table. On a table that hasn't had pawns on it in a long time. Do you understand? The game being played right now is ancient. I wish I understood it myself, but I am a fighter. Not a general. That's why I quit leading the Blood Brothers. I did what I thought was right. I protected the people and the city, but that only gets you so far when the game's so much bigger than that. Do you know?
I'm starting to see beneath the surface here.
I hope you understand that I bring this information to you at great risk, hoping that you can do something meaningful. There are powers at play here that are beyond any of our comprehensions. I have been connected to this city. I have shed her blood. I have drank it. But I feel something. Changing. Something new. And it disturbs me. Maybe I'm getting old. Sloppy. Maybe the beckoning is finally clouding me. But I intend to die here, fighting for her. Whatever that means. This is my city. Not Decker's. Never yours. He turns his back to that shitty Pentex sign. He spits on it. What do you do?
I will see what I can find. If I learn of anything, I understand the tenuous position this puts you in. How should I contact you again?
You're not going to like it. Leave a mark on the Hubbard Park Bridge. For me. He walks over to you and pulls out a knife off his belt and carves onto one of these like hazard signs or whatever, a symbol. If this shows up, I'll know to meet you here, wherever here may be. Who knows how construction goes these days? Sometimes there's delays.
I can understand that. My sire had a thing he said about union work.
What was that?
It worked on a different keeping of time entirely.
Let's call this a union, then, huh?
Agreed.
He nods. I have, something I need to think about. You've been quiet. I want you to know. I don't trust you. I don't trust you. But I get you. Which is why this happened. He looks back at Ben. Your goals are mercurial. You have a agenda all your own.
Have to seize opportunity when they present themselves.
Don't be an opportunist with me. You want a union, not an enemy. As long as your opportunities serve Milwaukee, we can be friends. Do you understand? You understand. He turns away and he walks over to like his point of view from before. Y'all can leave.
Yeah, I'm about to turn around and start leaving.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So that's the bonus rounds. We can go ahead and if you have any closing thoughts, you can deliver them, and we can end it there, and we can do the tree stuff later.
Horse.
All right, good night, everybody. Peace.
See you later.
At all.